Okay guys, so we're gonna do something a little bit different. I've just started going back to my childhood really, and having a look at some of these Warhammer miniatures that they're doing. So I've started to collect these a little bit. I really used to enjoy painting these, and this one's just come out. So this is Roboute, Guilliman, Cypher and some other dude. Can't remember his name, but this is the triumvirate of the Primarch, if that's the way you say it. I'm not sure, bit of a mouthful really, but anyway, this is one of the latest miniatures that's just come out. Really beautiful few models. I think I picked this up for about £45. I think it's just over 50 normally for the free miniatures. It seems very expensive in my opinion for 3 bits of you know, a few sprues of plastic, and that's about it. I mean, it's a beautiful box. It's very well designed and everything else, but it's certainly a more expensive hobby than it was when I was growing up in my teens collecting these things. So I'm not quite sure how younger guys can collect these things these days. It seems a little bit expensive, but then we'll see how it goes. We'll see what it's like, because they do look very nice. So I'm gonna have a go at building this little fella. I've painted a few miniatures since I've come back to these things, so I'm going to give this one a go, and then at some other point I'll have a go at building these two as well. So that's what we're going to do. So let's have a look to see what's inside. On the inner box we have this really nice design on the front. We've got the picture of the 3 of them, an illustration of the 3 of them there. This really nice elaborate design around the outside. Looking really nice, looking dark and nice, lovely. And then inside this box we have the parts. So first of all we get an illustration of the 3, nicely printed, looking nice. And then we have the contents, which is just the parts. So we have a sprue that has Cypher on it, the Dark Angel in its parts there. We have, moving to this, here we have Grandmaster Voldus, the Grey Knight Lord, or whatever you might call him, on another sprue. And then the last sprues are for Roboute Guilliman himself, if that's the right way of saying it. So we have the base parts, we have lots of little detail parts here, and some of the other parts on here as well. Here, and then obviously we get the bases and so forth for the characters in this nice plastic tray. So looking at the sprues themselves, if I just zoom in here, just get you as close as we can to the real bits, you'll see really nicely detailed parts here. Really nice. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much cleaning, but the details are nicely crisp and nice on here, so should be a joy to build. There are some seam lines that you need to deal with along the edges of some of these things, but it should be pretty straightforward. Nothing you're not used to if you build Games Workshop models. Again, we've got the leg sections, we've got the leg plates here, we've got his arm built up. So they've really gone to town in building this up in layers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build this up in sections, paint it in sections, and then put them together at the end. So I'll probably do the legs, the arms, the main body and the base itself as a different section. Now these two we'll look at a different video, because basically the aim of this video is going to be to build Roboute himself, and I'll maybe do a little video for these guys as well. So this is a little bit different to what I'm used to, but let's begin by getting all the bits off the sprue, building up some of the parts, and we'll come back in a bit when I've got those bits done and we're ready to put on a primer. All right.